Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Office Hours with Jess. Today, I'll be talking about how to write a structured abstract, which is something that has been put in as a request for me to give a little lecture on. So, today I'm going to talk about how to write a structured abstract, and I just have some slides to guide us through. So, first, what is a structured abstract? It's essentially a summary of a research article, and it has distinct labeled sections, generally a background or introduction section, a method section, a results section, and a discussion section. And the entire structured abstract generally can be around 250 words, depending on the journal or the conference that you are submitting to. Why is the structured abstract so important? Sometimes, if this is for a research paper, this is the only part of the article that people will read. So that's why there's a lot of importance placed on writing a very concise but detailed abstract. So again, these abstracts have to be concise and fit into that pretty tight word limit while also being comprehensive and representing the entire article. So I'll walk through now each section by section. So first, the background and introduction. This is generally 1 to 3 sentences on what is currently known on the topic of the research. And then the ending usually is the study objective, saying something like the purpose of the study was, and then put in the purpose of the study. I have examples of sections of abstracts from a quantitative paper that I published quite recently on dual vaping of nicotine and cannabis among adolescents. Citation is included here, so you can totally just look this up. I'm not going to read this word for word, but I do want to show you all an example of each of these sections, and then you can all see it together in the citation. Next section is the methods. This is the details of what you did and how you did it. This includes the study design. So if you conducted a survey, what those survey details were, how you conducted the survey, how you recruited participants. Again, really getting into the data collection, what survey measures and questions you might have used. Again, I'm doing a lot of referencing back to a lot of survey stuff. That's not the only way you can do research and write abstracts on. It just tends to be a lot of what I do my work on. And then, of course, you want to talk about what kind of analysis you did. This is pulled from that same abstract example, but this is the methods section. You can pause and take a read here if you'd like, or again, just go straight to the citation and pull the article. I can also link the article in the chat, or sorry, I can link the article in the comment section of the video. Next is the results section. So I would usually start by having one sentence that summarizes the demographics of the study sample. And then you go into a brief summary of the key findings. And it's usually good to include some key statistics, numbers, or p-values if it's a quantitative study. If it's qualitative, then you can just sort of talk more broadly about the themes of your findings. This again is an example of a results section from, again, that same abstract, that same manuscript citation included here. You can again pause and take a read or find the link below in the comments. And then finally, the discussion section. So this is the main conclusion you want to draw and for readers to really take away, and include some kind of implication for future research, policy, interventions, etc. It should not just be a summary of your key findings and your key results. It should have some sort of implications for what's next. Here's another example of, that should say example discussion, not results. This is an example discussion from, again, that same abstract, and you can find that link below in the comment section. Overall tips, please do check your journal or conference requirements before writing the abstract. That way you know ahead of time what format they're looking for, what specific headings they want for your sections, and the word count, which is going to be really important in helping you sort of craft how long each section can be. And having that word count in advance will help so that you don't go too over or too under. But be concise. Truly, the shorter, the better in this case. And being concise can be very hard. So I always suggest to just write it out first without thinking too much about the word count. Of course, don't go overboard, but try not to stress too much about the word count and then start cutting after you get it all down. If possible, you usually want to write the research paper, the full manuscript first, and then write the abstract. Sometimes that's not possible, especially if you're submitting to a conference about a work in progress. But, if you are writing the abstract from a paper, try to write the paper first, then the abstract. You don't need citations in your abstract also, which is nice. That does make it a little bit easier. And always, always, always proofread after writing. So that's everything. Here are my resources that I pulled from in order to put these slides together. So I wanted to include them here for you as well if you wanted to reference them. Thank you and happy abstract writing. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on another episode of Office Hours with Jess. Thank you.